episode 268. It's epic of the Dumb Marks podcast, bringing you the greatest wrestling podcast in all the land. I'm your host today, Saint I Don't Give a Fuck, and I'll be your HNIC this week. Gentlemen,
Time out.
how are you doing?
So when I came in, the first thing I saw was white boy Chris. That's the first thing I saw. I jumped in to edit my profile, and I forgot whose name I deleted. I didn't see it. I just went and deleted it, and then I see HNIC as a tagline. I'm like, hold on.
I am not.
This coming from the guy that goes to his high school reunion and then shows up the next week with a black man on his shirt. How you just automatically go back all that milk you've been wearing for 370 some days in a row. You decide today to break out the Ugandan giant Kamala on your shirt. All it takes is one trip back around Woody Halfo. All it takes one trip back, and he out here pandering to get back on the car.
Gentlemen, how are you doing this week?
Good. So how was the reunion?
It was good. Enjoyed myself. Social media battery ran out quick, so did a little.
So you had to actually talk to people and engage and interact.
I did. Said my what's up. Went back to my table 8. Said my what's ups. Went back to my table 8. We kept repeating that process. It wasn't my 28-year-old.
So Donald said there's a picture going around of a group photo where you're sleeping in it, standing up. So
no, I don't know how people were finding me.
Even because you were the only one sleeping in the picture.
Just not sleeping. You had to do this plenty of times to get to my face.
Nah,
I'm like, it's in the Woodland Hills. It's in the Woodland Hills group photo, and I'm not tagged in it. So I'm like, people's tagging me in the comments.
That's all you got to do to make it bigger. That's all you got to do to make it bigger.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm like, how y'all see me? Y'all don't even know when I graduated. They spotted me out. I'm like, God damn, I ain't even tagged in the shit.
Well, you didn't call me for a ride, so I'm assuming you obviously made it there and back in one piece.
I made it there and back in one piece.
That's a good thing.
A few drinks, kept it to a minimum. I wasn't doing like last time. Last time I got blackout and don't remember half the night. So
I haven't done one of those nights in quite some time.
I don't think I would want to do one of those nights again.
Not now.
Yep.
I'm not built for that now.
I went on the album that they put out, scrolled through, was like, yep, I was there by looking at these pictures. I'm good. So there you go. That was my participation in it. All right. So little small story before we get into the intro topic. It's about me. So, man, you guys know that I've been on like the health kick since July and all that stuff. So yesterday I was feeling good. I was like, yeah, like I'm seeing these gains. I'm doing all this, doing all that. Let me try something I haven't did in a few decades. So went outside of my back porch. Then my back porch is enclosed and it's nice, tall, big, and long. So I had some room to do some
pause.
Stuff. Yeah.
Major pause.
So I was like,
implied.
So I was like, let me do a cartwheel. So I get in the position.
Hey, your old ass knows better.
Yeah. Squeeze is probably poured up already at 11 a.m. on a Saturday.
So the season to be married.
Yep. So I went off, did a perfect cartwheel. Was like, yeah.
No way. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. There's no way you did a cartwheel. There's no way you did a cartwheel. No.
Perfect cartwheel.
There's no video evidence. It wasn't on TV. Therefore, that is not canon. There's no way you did a perfect cartwheel.
Next time we get together, I'll pull it off in Chris's basement.
Set up the tripod and let me see.
I can do a cartwheel. You probably do that round off.
No, I don't do round off. I'm not doing the bam moonsault. I'm not rounding my shit off.
How about we don't pull nothing off in Chris's basement? Okay.
So I was like, okay, let me take it a step further. let me try to do a handstand. So I get up, do the position for a handstand, over rotate it, flat on my back, just looking straight up at the ceiling. Was like, nah, I don't have that in me yet. The shoulders ain't built up yet. But I know what but did you know what I could do? I could sell. So I could get in a wrestling ring and I could definitely sell something.
This man took a
So
bump.
He
This man took a bump.
I mean, the deck and the wrestling ring aren't far apart. So
He watched Dolph Ziggler come back in the last time his now tournament and said, if Dolph can sell, I can sell. He's out there.
What about me?
Yeah. Exactly, Mark. You by yourself. Yeah. I shot a 79. Yeah. With friends, 105. Yeah. Ain't no way. There ain't no way in the over 40 plus body calisthenics workout you've been doing that you are out there doing cartwheels.
Yep. Well,
like you are Simone Biles'.
I was about to say
coach.
natural Simone Biles. Yep. Yep.
I mean, I could create something on ChatGPT for you if you want, to show that you did the perfect cartwheel.
Yeah, but I wanted to relay that off to you guys.
All right,
It
we
was
got room to work.
Yeah, we got room to work. I can't do the Shawn Michaels push-ups yet, on the bar, that he trained for the Iron Man. Can't do those yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Yeah. So I got goals.
There you go. Hey, IWC runs a show every month here. Get you signed up.
Start my career at 43.
Good job.
You got Diamond Dallas Page. You got DDP. Got into it like
I can put DDP to shame. All right, so let's get into this show. So we're going to go through our mushes and Mount Rushmores like we always do, get into deadline predictions and a small game of push, buried, release.
I haven't done that one in a while.
Yeah. So the topic, first thing we want to do, we want to give a moment of silence to CM Punk's dog, Larry, because he was the crazy one backstage that started all that AEW mess and everything. So let's give a moment of silence for him. Okay, that's it. I don't give a fuck about him, so we can move on.
And there goes the PETA sponsorship.
All right.
Stooges on this podcast do not represent the owner, founder.
Yeah. As is with 3 dog owners.
All right, so let's get into it. So sent the guys over the topic earlier so we could do a little bit of debating and all that stuff. Now that Blood and Guts and War Games are over, which company did the better showing of the gimmick? There's been a lot of debate online about it. Who did what better? So,
I mean, I hate that we're even comparing them just because of how drastically different the approach and the build and the match itself is. For me, I think the standout out of the 4 was the AEW Women's Blood and Guts match. I would rank that 1 out of the list there. So I think I enjoyed Blood and Guts more. Survivor Series as a whole, outside of Cena and Dom, just I didn't. It was forgotten about instantly. Nothing that they even tried the EO spot, and it's like, all right, you're coming out with eyes on trash cans now. We know what's going on. Like, it's the most choreographed spots that's in the match itself. The men's War Games match, I absolutely did not like at all. First off, if there's no cages and we're just coming out of entrance ramps, because apparently Lesnar was not standing in a cage for 30 minutes, then don't book his ass in the match.
Yeah.
Yes, that takes away from it.
Completely takes away from it. There was no heat. There was no blood feud. There was nothing. It was an all-star fantasy lineup that little sizzle, no steak at all. It was just not good. So I'm going to AEW for Blood and Guts and what they did and what they put out. Even though the men's match in AEW, I'd probably rank them both women's matches 1 and 2, and then the men's 3 and 4.
I'd go women's Blood and Guts 1. They went out there with something to prove for the first time. It being their first match, they had something to prove. I'm going the men's War Games 2nd. I just enjoyed it because it was like there was no rest period. It was just action. I mean, until you get the running back, but other than that, there was action constantly, parts moving. That's what I needed. I'm going women's 3. I felt they were hampered because you can't use the same weapons the men use. You have to tone it down because of the men, and then like their rest spots between entrances were just like too bland for me. Like they were just standing there with holding a position in the corner for like the whole time somebody came out during the entrance. So that's going 3. And I didn't watch the men's War Games, so that's 4. Or the men's Blood and Guts. So that's 4 by default.
I didn't watch Blood and Guts. Survivor Series as a whole was potential to be mush this week for me because I haven't been watching WWE, and then I turned on that shit, and I was like, why did I turn it on? Because I got nothing out of that event at all. So just by default, I'm going to give it to AEW Blood and Guts because I could never put Survivor Series War Games in that list above that right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like everybody. The women's Blood and Guts match would be 1. I'm going men's Blood and Guts. I mean, the women's War Games 2, men's Blood and Guts 3, and the men's War Games 4. The men's War Games did absolutely nothing for me. To me, that is like the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. All names, nothing done.
Not only that, but you get deducted points because you finished it by an outsider climbing into the cage, a mystery attacker, to stomp on CM Punk. When War Games, it's supposed to have tops on the cages.
Yeah.
It's
Now, WWE hasn't done that. Ever.
They haven't done it because they want the spot where you jump off. I get it. I understand that. But in my eyes, there's no reason why you should have any type of outside interference from somebody not in the match when you have 10 people in the match. It's lazy booking. And you set up that cliffhanger of an ending. So I'm sure we'll get into this as a mush of the week with no follow-up on Monday Night Raw.
It's going to be long-term storytelling.
Yeah, you had Pierce. That was his storyline. Trying to figure out who it was. But yeah.
No, according to the videos Becky Lynch put out, that was Pierce talking about how we want to screw over so-and-so like they screwed over Becky Lynch. You didn't see the video that got tweeted out with the edited voiceover by a fan?
What?
Put that in? Oh, tremendous.
He chopped up his backstage segment and did that and put a voiceover over it.
Yeah, Pierce's backstage segment whenever he was talking to whoever that was about, hey, I need you to do this on the low and find out who the mystery man was. It said, I need you to find out who the mystery attacker was so we can screw over so-and-so like we screwed over Becky Lynch. And Becky tweeted that out in one of her rants as evidence that, Pierce is not on the up and up. So.
The original video was the fake news, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, like you don't. We saw WWE used to do this way back in the day, Attitude Era mainly, where they would leave a pay-per-view off with a cliffhanger. Triple H did this in regards to NXT as well, where you get the credits and then something would happen. It'd be a holy shit moment, and it would follow up. You had people talking. Obviously, theories are it's Austin Theory, no pun intended. It's so and so. It's Nathan Frazier. It's
Squeeze said Montez Ford.
Yeah, Montez Ford. There's nothing out of it. And then I saw stuff today saying, just because the person was under the mask doesn't mean that that's going to be who's revealed as the person under the mask, a la the El Grande Americano gimmick. So we're just transferring that booking into black suit, in the black suit man.
Steph has never been injured. You
have time to get it right.
Yeah.
You have time to get it right. So,
quote unquote, Seth.
Yeah, I just hated. I hated the finish. I hated the follow up on Raw. There's plenty to rant about.
There is.
Yeah. You lose points when you're booking outsiders in more games whenever it's supposed to keep everybody else out.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with that, let's get into mushes then. I want to hear these disagreements on everything. So, Chris, we'll start off with you. Mush of the week.
All right, so warm up for this a little bit stretch. So it was potentially Survivor Series, but I'm gonna take Jason's role this week. I'm giving it to the IWC.
This is like 6 weeks going.
These stupid asses between the TNA stuff and the Netflix Warner Brother deal, how they think they know everything. That just annoyed the fuck out of me this week. Like, everybody's talking about like Netflix bought Warner Brothers, so now WWE and AEW are going to be on there. Like, no. Like, if you're going to talk, do your homework about it.
Did they not read the email that was sent out to people today?
Like, and like even Tony talked about it. Tony Khan brought up, I think last night during Ring of Honor, he said right now AEW is going to be on HBO Max through 2027. I think that could change after everything's finalized. We'll see, but like AEW is not going anywhere. Let's sum it up just like that. Okay, like they're going to be fine. Things will change. Yes, like
he also mentioned in that Ring of Honor Final Battle press conference afterwards about how they stay in contact and talk with multiple streaming partners, including partners of the NFL, NBA, so on and so forth. So if you don't think he's already slotting that comment in to say, oh hey, AEW Prime now on Amazon Prime starting January 2028. Yeah, like it's not one streaming service. It's still separate. If you want to have both, you can have both. If you want one over the other, you can have one over the other versus, with Netflix and Max.
And then with Netflix acquiring HBO Max, that'll be under their brand. Like Warner Brothers, whatever they're going to call this new entity. I think it's Discovery Global or something like that. They've already said, and they said this a while ago, there's going to be a new app. Like there's going to be like a TNT Sports app or something along those lines. To me, that's where I see AEW being pushed to.
Well, and that's the issue where, from everything that I read, that your TBS and your TNT cable stations are going to be going away. They don't want the cable stations. So True TV, TBS, TNT
are all going to be gone.
Who doesn't want the cable stations?
Netflix.
Netflix didn't buy the cable stations. This other entity will be the networks like CNN, TNT, TBS. Netflix doesn't have anything to do with that. So Netflix is just acquiring like the Warner Brothers library, that kind of stuff. The TV side will be part of this Discovery side.
Okay.
So now it's going to get sticky for a while here because like part of the buy will take, Warner Brothers, one of their golden child on TBS, The Big Bang Theory, that will now be under, Netflix and Warner Brothers. So, you're going to see like libraries, like things that have been on TNT and TBS those contracts might change, pretty quickly. we'll see what content they keep, what they lease out and all that kind of stuff in the future. The only channels that Netflix will have ownership of now is HBO.
And that's not even a channel. That's a subscription service anyway. Yeah. So okay. IWC for the 77th week in a row. All right.
You can hot tag it. I can run out another list of because they all this week, but yeah, then
Jason.
That's not where I thought Chris was gonna go. So I'll reserve to bring up I thought what would have been Chris's mush.
Go ahead, Jason.
My mush is I'm going with the NXT crowd. They're terrible, man.
Yo, if we're gonna pod, let's pod. Yin's coming in with this stuff every single week. What are we gonna debate about? This is just you bitching.
Me? Says the man that gets on a soapbox every week.
But I'm getting on a soapbox about shit that's actually on the shows.
It's on the show.
The crowd. Okay, why is the crowd your mush this week, Jason? Out of everything that happened,
because they're giving people Dom heat that don't need Dom heat. Like the shut the fuck up chants, that's not needed in wrestling, especially from somebody you don't hate. And it's not even like being part of the story. It's just being assholes. Just to be assholes, just to take over the segment.
I mean, they definitely hijacked the Izzy Dame segment.
I mean, they gave her a better treatment than they did Kalani Jordan. And then you get online and shit on them for saying they just because they powered through and didn't react to them. You did your job. You're supposed to power
what
through.
You're supposed to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get your promo out. Get your shit off, like they say. You're not supposed to interact because once you start interacting with the crowd, it changes up your promo.
I mean, that was last night on SmackDown doing Solo's promo with the what chants.
Yeah. It's like
it's the NXT crowd now is not the Full South crowd that NXT used to have.
No. Mm-mm.
And I feel like they go through spurts where they try to make themselves into a relevant talking piece.
Yeah, the show
by doing stuff, and it's just nothing that they've done has worked as trying to get themselves over as a crowd. At least with the NXT crowd, they weren't doing the stuff that you had mentioned there, Jay. Like,
yeah, they were doing chants.
Were they over the top and extreme, and it was like, yo, all right, like, really, do we need Fight Forever chants during this match? Like, I get it, but at the same time, it was an enhancement of the show, whether it was good or bad. This NXT crowd is just down there like you're tapping your buddies in the row, like, hey, when this happens or this person comes out, we're gonna say this. Yeah, like, and it's yeah. I honestly, I don't think I've tuned it out to the point where I don't even pay attention to the crowd's reaction on NXT, just because of how bad they've been.
Yeah, I hear it in the beginning, but like Steve, I tune it out to the point. It's like I'm more focused on what they're like, what the wrestler is saying.
Like for me, it's like I don't know. Izzy, she spoke over it for me, but it's like Kelani's voice is so soft that I couldn't. I mean, I heard what she was saying, but it was like
you couldn't tune it out.
Yeah, I couldn't tune it out.
Steve,
where do I begin? I had multiple mushes this week, and since Jay and Chris didn't take either one of them off my board, I have a slew to pick from. Where do we want to begin? I think let's talk about the Triple H Tony Khan comparisons as far as Triple H's ease.
So what is it? The IWC?
No.
Who's comparing them?
I'm comparing them. You don't even let me finish, you Mark. You dumb Mark. I said 3 words. And you're trying to get a point.
NXT crowd.
Yeah, I say Triple H and Tony Khan, and this dude jumps in crowd.
You said the comparisons.
Comparing Triple H and Tony Khan.
Go ahead.
Fucking guy. Look, he puts white boy in front of his name, and all of a sudden he's tough. All of a sudden he's tough. Got old Malibu's most wanted up there. Tone it down, okay?
Don't be hating.
Yeah, don't be hating. No, but you had Triple H and Tony Khan. Triple H with his ease fascination as far as eras and epics. Tonight's Raw is going to be epic. It's the start of a new era. Tony Khan, I have a major announcement. And it's all just completely mush. It's not epic. There was nothing about Monday night that was epic.
One spot. Well,
you announced a title match for January 5th for basketball reasons. I have no idea why we're waiting to January 5th when the Royal Rumble is a couple weeks away after that. So what? We're just going to get a rematch at the Rumble?
And a Saturday night's main event before that.
Damn.
But there was not what of that 3 hours or 2.5 hour show on Monday night was epic? Nothing changed.
It was a good show. It just wasn't.
No epic. There was nothing
epic. It was Raw.
Yeah.
I thought SmackDown was a better show last night than Raw.
No.
SmackDown started off hot with Cody and Drew and attacking Drew in the truck. Drew bitching while he's being attacked in the truck by letting the Golden Boy. You let the Golden Boy do this while I'm in the car, like
on the side like the ambulance too.
Yeah, I'm the one that's suspended. We got the announcements of some stakes added for Deadline with Oba and Ricky because they'll be facing Cody next on Saturday night's main event. You got Sol Ruka versus Bailey. I thought the Solo Sikoa promo was probably arguably the best promo he's cut, although people didn't like him bringing Bray Wyatt into the mix. The matches between Gunther and LA Knight was really good. You furthered the Ciampa Ilya US, like I thought SmackDown start to finish last night was solid all the way through. Nothing Monday night was epic. I had no expectations for SmackDown last night, and that's probably why I enjoyed it more.
You gave me all segments, and don't put Gunther in. Don't put Gunther and LA Knight on there when Solo.
That match was good.
Nah, not compared to everything else he put on. My man took one chop. Get out of here.
The false finishes were set up good. I mean, the promo Gunther cut into the camera as the show went off. Hey, John, you've never given up. Next Saturday, I make you tap out. And I was like, okay, now I immediately see why Gunther's facing John Cena. But the epic and eras and announcements that these owners are doing is just you're not living up to anything. However, with that being said, TNA is my mush based off of their show last night. ROH gets a pass because the matches were really good, even though it was booked just ridiculously stupid. Eddie Kingston's on the show. John Moxley's on commentary. Like, what are we doing? This is Ring of Honor. What are we doing?
Getting you to tune in.
Moxley just quits commentary halfway through the show. What are we doing? But TNA last night had the show end after Stacks, who is I saw a stat today, 1-10 in his last 11 NXT matches. 1-10. Stacks defeats Steve Macklin for the international championship
Mhm.
last night and is your new international champion.
Playing hot potato with that belt.
Why?
And the ending of the show are the NXT guys out in the ring attempting to set fire to the TNA logo on the ring mat to bring out the TNA wrestlers to defend TNA, to have the show end by having your comedic authority figure Santino Marella get punched out by your daughter's fiance.
That's just showing you the
I can't wait for the AMC era of TNA to begin.
I didn't even finish the show last night.
Who's on the rendering on TNA's website as the international champion as soon as the show ends? Stacks Lorenzo. Or just Stacks.
They threw that up quick.
What the hell are we doing?
Come on, man. He's the best part of the family.
How many people in NXT are going to come to TNA and win titles?
That's what
How
I'm
many
saying.
people in NXT are going to come to TNA and be featured on TNA shows? How many are we going to continue to do to where we're starting to not see that same energy being reciprocated on NXT TV?
Yeah.
The partnership that was here, that's leveled up both brands, is now this. It's now in the AEW TNA phase. You signed away Jordan Grace. You signed away Joe Hendry. You're taking away primetime talents. I think Macklin's contract may be up soon. So if they drop the belt, cool. But why are you putting it on Stacks to run this bogus NXT invasion angle of TNA? We did that already before Halloween Havoc. Wasn't that supposed to be the match that settled that?
Now you're actually getting the invasion.
Now, yeah, with the C and D plus players of NXT
that I don't care about.
Like WWE, WCW invasion, like that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I watched SmackDown instead of tuning into TNA last night.
I got about an hour and a half into it, about halfway through. At some point, it became background noise, and then it was just like, this isn't even worth watching.
There was stuff that I liked, but yeah, like I just don't get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
They need to move on. Like, I can appreciate Tommy Dreamer's passion for the company and what he does in wrestling, but the booking team of Dreamer and Delirious needs to change for AMC. They haven't been delivering in months.
No,
you'll have Carl from Walking Dead on there.
They have not done one outside of announcing the TV deal for AMC. They haven't done anything since Bound for Glory that shows them trending in the right direction. Yeah. And that's coming off of Slammiversary, which was a negative reaction because you didn't crown Santana then.
I was thinking about this. He opened the show yesterday.
Okay.
Counting Bound for Glory, which was October 12th through today, roughly 2 months, there have been 4 episodes of Impact and 3 events. Like, that's too much. Like, we didn't need another event last night. We didn't need the event last month right after 1 episode of Impact. It hasn't been worth watching at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hoping they get more eyes on AMC. I'm hoping that this is a good thing, that more eyes will get on the product, but it's got to be something worth watching.
And you had new talent come in last night on the show. Allegedly. I don't know if these people are all signed or are going to be signed. I believe, you had Brock Anderson and C.W. Anderson show up with Bear Bronson. And you had the Righteous debut.
Okay.
Which I loved everything about that. And immediately go face to face with the Hardys. So yeah, get the belts off the Hardys.
Yes.
I'm okay. With
I'm
that.
wondering if we're gonna get Elijah and the Righteous back together again too.
And Elijah was on the show last night taking out Ali. He rode
He's
in on a
back.
horse.
Good.
He rode in on a horse. So who wants to ride with Elijah? Because he's not walking anywhere now. He has a horse. But TNA just absolute mush last night.
All right. Again, my mush is in deadline predictions, so I'll get to that when we do that. So let's move on to our Rushmores, and I'll start. My Mount Rushmore is not the Braun Breaker promo, but it's Paul Heyman behind Braun Breaker. He looked like during the whole promo, he looked like a father who was just happy. He was like, "Oh, looked like he finally got it. He got his moment. I'm so proud." So he was like, "Yes, it looked like he understood it and everything." Just Paul Heyman during that whole promo, like the little grin on his face that he always put. To me, just looked like he was a proud father. Like, I'm the man of the promos. He got his moment with the promo. The promo hit. Everybody loved it. So Heyman is my Rushmore for that.
I had the opposite reaction. I had the Braun Breakers promo broke Paul Heyman. I don't think Heyman knew that Braun was going to say some of the stuff that he said in that promo, and Heyman broke character, which is not easy to do. And I don't even know if I remember a time when it was done outside of maybe R-Truth and Lesnar, whenever R-Truth said he was going to throw Heyman over the rope in the Royal Rumble. Now, you may be right. It may have been Heyman with the Proud Papa moment, because we know Heyman has his individuals that he selects out as Heyman guys and works tirelessly for them, with them, to develop and get them out there. Braun is obviously one of those individuals. But yeah, I had it as breaking Heyman during that promo. But yeah, for me, Braun's promo was my Mount Rushmore this week. I gave it to Wrestling Graps last week. I'm going back to promos and segments this week. Although Natty and Maxine vignette was up there as well.
A lot of Raw would be a subpar show.
I gave two things. I'm not allowed to. I can say it's a subpar show, but still like certain things that they did.
Natty and Maxine were mine this week. That was a good backstage promo. I'm hoping that we're actually going to see Natty on TV now in WWE and not just in other promotions.
And I want this to lead to Natty being the one that takes the belt off of Maxine.
Perfectly okay with that. Who can help elevate Maxine's game more than Natty?
And let Natty have a run with the IC title, where I'm the baddest bitch on the block. Yep. Come and test me.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Yes. Definitely okay with that.
I don't know if she might be who's wrestler there for turning around Maxine.
That IC title got more weight than the women's title right now on that show.
So does the tag.
I'm actually, for what Survivor Series was and what they did Monday night, like, it's nice to look at WWE and actually see a women's tag team division.
Yeah. Does it feel kind of counter booked?
In what way?
As you're crowning your tag team champions on AEW.
Refocusing on WWE.
I didn't even draw that correlation 2 and 2 together. I will say I'm upset that we have Tony and Mina versus the Babes of Wrath in the finals.
Yeah.
You had it there for Megan and Marina. They've already had story throughout the year with Willow and Harley. Like, it was there. To me, you're just placating to the Tony Storm factor.
Timeless Tony Flair.
Life
coming full circle. You became everything you hated.
We'll find out next week, right?
So, Chris, you had the Natty vignette.
Yeah.
Watched that a couple times.
Jason Rushmore.
I'm going with the Judgment Day. They're back in the fold. They're back on top. I wish it would have ended with. I wish John Cena and Dom would have ended with the Pop Rocks and the Tahana Bomb. That was like the perfect. That was a perfect swerve for me right there. I mean, they kept going with bringing out Liv, but that was a perfect swerve. Then to them owning Raw. Back in the segments again.
That was epic.
So,
that's the epic they was looking for.
I thought somebody else was going to bring it. Well, he did. Steve did bring it up, but that was my most really Triple H for just being. He just feels like petty. I don't know.
Did
make you watch it? But
yeah. I know you said Judgment Day, and everybody's clamoring for Judgment Day to break up, so on and so forth, and it's been drawn out and everything else. I don't know if you want to nitpick and really pull out Easter eggs that aren't Easter eggs potentially, but during the Judgment Day segment when they're all in the ring, Liv and Dom are up front. Everybody else is behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to get the separation, that's the way to go. And you have Liv with Raquel and Roxanne as far as matchups, and then you got Dom with JD and Finn. Could be for the IC title, etc. You have Liv and Dom being baby faces out of this because it is what it is. But my question to you guys is, WWE hasn't done this. Can the Judgment Day be WWE's version of the Bullet Club? And what I mean by that is it's the faction that's always there, but you have how many iterations of the group?
Mm.
We're already on the 4th or 5th iteration of the Judgment Day. And none of it has felt stale. You started with Edge, Rhea, and Damian.
Bruce.
Then you get Finn in, Edge out. Then they bring Dom in. Then you have Carlito. You have JD. Liv goes out with injury. You bring in Roxanne and Raquel. Well, Raquel was in with Liv before, but you're already into the 4th or 5th iteration of a faction. And normally factions within WWE, you may see a 12 or 24 month run. It's rare that you're getting long-term storytelling with a faction in WWE. I mean, even if you go back to even in the 90s, DX's run, not that lengthy. Evolution, not that lengthy. Ministry of Darkness, point to whatever faction you want. But can the Judgment Day be WWE's version of the Bullet Club where you just have different iterations of the group?
Can you replace Dom or Finn?
Somebody upcoming.
Well, who's the linchpin? You didn't think you could replace the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and all that, and then you had, David Finlay and so on and so forth.
To me, I feel Finn is Judgment Day.
I mean, longest member.
Yeah. And he has it.
Well, if he leaves, you could have JD. He's been in it long enough where he could become the leader. It didn't have his, young stars coming up. It just keeps going on and on, just like Steve said with Bullet Club. Yeah. It went from Finn to AJ to Kenny to Switchblade.
To David Finlay to
Finlay, yeah.
But even with that, then you had splintered factions within that too. So the Bullet Club War Dogs, Bullet Club OGs. You had, you know what I mean? You had, and I know Bullet Club is whatever at this point, right? And that's more, I think, just a facet of where New Japan is at currently, given their issues. But I just it's rare that you see that in WWE.
Yeah, I feel now more. I feel like there isn't an end game for Judgment Day. Like for a while, I felt like we were seeing those Easter eggs building up to an end game, and I just don't feel that there is an end game within WWE. I don't think people do the same shit with AEW. Whenever it comes, it's like, see, long-term storytelling. But I feel like if they're using it to use it, and it's not going to be like 3, 6, 9 months from now is the payoff. I think it just Judgment Day is just going to be your, like, kind of what you're saying. It is a staple.
Yeah, it could work as long as they don't let it get like NWO-ish, like 20 members, you know, in there, and then break off into 10 apiece.
Yeah, or split up.
Or get or get like Don Callis family stylish. Just bring anybody in.
Somebody
to be a part.
family.
But I mean, if you look at it time wise, like we're already how many years into the Judgment Day being a faction?
Gotta be around 5, close to it, right? Talking about
Edge
Edge
started it.
Yeah, because Edge been AEW for like 2 years now.
So maybe 4,
2, 3. Yeah. So I just thought it was like that kind of hit me this week as I was watching Raw and seeing like Dom and Liv out front and everybody else behind them. Like, okay, this
Where's
kid
Taekwon at? He's usually good for this history stuff.
Yeah, I know. But breaking it out, it's like, well, that doesn't mean the group has to end.
No.
If Vince hated factions, we know Vince hated factions. That's why I don't think anything really had an overly long-term run as a faction. Triple H loves factions. He was in arguably 2 of the greatest factions of all time with DX and Evolution. Like, Flair was his guy. Flair was in the Horsemen. You know what I mean? Like, so, does everything need to be a faction? No. We have the Wyatts. We have MFT. We had the Bloodline. Judgment Day. Like, you're seeing more factions
Vision
play out. Division now. Like,
we don't need no more.
It's 2025. Welcome to pro wrestling. Everybody's in a faction.
There you go. Those were our Mount Rushmores and our mushes for the week. So hit us up and tell us what your mushes and Mount Rushmores were for the week. Let's get into these deadline predictions.
All right, so we'll kick things off with the match that's supposed to open up the show. The NXT Championship, Ricky Saints versus Obafemi.
I'm glad they added extra sauce to this. Yeah. I saw everybody in to Chris and Jason's mush with the internet wrestling community. On Tuesday night, everybody saw a bridge in the background behind Oba and Ricky while they were doing their contract signing, and they immediately said Tony D'Angelo is back. I don't know how you get a bridge on the Videotron to draw the correlation that Tony D'Angelo is coming back, but
was it the Brooklyn Bridge?
I don't know. I didn't even catch it. Like,
I said he's the mystery attacker.
Talk about pointing out Easter eggs that aren't Easter eggs. Jesus.
That man's name, man.
I got Ricky beating Oba because this is going to be the Ricky's Cody's boy.
I didn't want to go that route.
So,
like Drew said, the golden boy.
Ricky losing to Cody elevates Ricky, and then he can go back and still do NXT. I don't think they want Oba to take a loss to Cody right now. And I think they have plans for Oba. Allegedly, there's call-ups on the way. They're going to happen, whether it's now or Rumble and then moving forward. But I think they have bigger plans for Oba right now. Not saying they don't have plans for Ricky, but the go over, get over edition of a wrestling match next week with Cody and Ricky. So I got Ricky retaining.
I don't want people to think like this is the call up. So that's why I'm kind of glad they added that stipulation.
Okay.
If Oba would have won, he'd been a champ and had to go back to NXT. So I think Oba's due to be up on the roster soon. So put it on Ricky, let Ricky face Cody, shine, and then bring more eyes to NXT.
Yeah, I think Oba gets all the elimination spot in the Rumble this year.
That's it all.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There's somebody up and coming. Ricky to retain. Oba has nothing to prove down NXT anymore.
I 100% agree with what Steve said. Ricky's retaining strictly because of the stipulation for next week. All right, let's get into Tatum Paxley versus Izzy Dane.
So a lot of people saying this was going to be Tatum bringing in the Righteous to feud with the Calling, but the Righteous are in TNA now, so I don't see that happening.
It's still good.
Technically, yes, it still could, but I don't see that being the case. This feels odd to just put this match on this show. Like, I hate everything about the turn. I hate when they did it, how they did it, why they did it. They rushed it. Now we're just having this match off of one promo segment between the two. To me, Izzy has to win, but I don't know. I got a feeling Tatum will win, and then what? Like, what's going forward for either one of these women? I don't know. So I'll say Tatum just because, but I'm not excited about it like I should be based off of Izzy costing Tatum the NXT Women's Championship.
I'm going to go with Izzy. I think Tatum is on, like I said last week or a couple weeks ago, Tatum's on that Bailey, run where she trusted so many people that she gets screwed over. That's what I'm think's happening. So I think she's in that, part. Izzy.
Give me. Yeah, I don't know where to go after this, but give me Tatum.
That's the biggest question. Where do they go from this? Yeah,
I just don't want, because it feels like the Calling is just always that jobber faction.
If this is it, like if this is the payoff match, Tatum wins. If this is just the beginning of the story, Izzy has to win. So I'm hoping this isn't just we're throwing this away quickly, so give me Izzy for the one. All right, NXT North American Championship, Ethan Page versus Mr. Iguana.
Ethan Page is just absolutely tremendous. Him and Chelsea Green are can't miss every single time. Him getting hijacked by an iguana or carjacked by an iguana this week and telling Ava to call the cops, and Ava being like, "What do you want me to say? An iguana stole your car?" Like,
yes,
it's tremendous. Ethan Page, he's not losing to Mr. Iguana.
He better not.
Ethan to retain. I feel like Ethan is just going to clear out AAA the way it's going. I mean, eventually he's going to run into Dom the way everything's booked.
I want him to do something different, but I'm going Ethan Page.
He's too money right now. You can't take the belt off him. Not that he needs the belt in any way, but just everything between him and Chelsea, it makes more sense to keep the belt on him right now. So Ethan to retain. All right, let's get into the Iron Survivor. Women's Solruka, Lola, Kalani, Jordan, and Kendall.
this was my mush here.
Okay.
And the reason is because of my mush. When they did their little segment, I saw Ruka had title shots, had a belt. Lola had a couple title shots. Kalani just came off of being champ. Kendall's a champ right now. Jordan had a couple shots at the title. If not, I mean, I thought this was for up and coming, people, stars. I mean, you're just throwing people in here who already had shots. They're getting another shot at it. I mean, where's Jada Parker at? Where's some of the other women who are coming along who never had shots? So
Jada is Jada. Miss Parker's been MIA. She's at Tampa Bay Buccaneer games, waving the fans.
so
She heading down to Evolve.
No, she better not.
yeah. So for me, just seeing that was like, that's my mush. I want more up and coming stars to, get their shot in this type of match. Like what's Ren doing, except being the cheerleader for Kendall? She was in it last year. Why is she in it this year? And I know Cena had to, to say so, quote, say so, but
I don't mind this. I don't mind necessarily the grouping. I'm trying to think of other women that are on NXT TV or have been on NXT TV that you could put in this match, and whose spot would they take? And when you start doing that type of analysis of it, it's kind of hard to pull one of these ladies off. For me, Kendall Gray is absolute money. She's the women's Javon Evans. She's the women's Leon Slater. She is that good, that young, that much potential. And if I'm booking this, I'm having her win the Iron Survivor match. I think Zarya takes out Soul, and we go off between them two. Lola, Kalani, and Jordan just feast or famine off of each other, and then Kendall gets the last pinfall on Kalani and wins the Iron Survivor to face JC, because you're not going to have Kalani win. She's a heel. JC's a heel. Zarya's taken out Soul. Lola's been in and out of the mix. Jordan Grace, this is where, as much as I hate what they're doing with Julia on SmackDown, because she's absolutely irrelevant and Road Dogg needs to be fired and banished from wrestling for his booking of Julia, I'm almost happy Jordan Grace has not been called up yet.
She's almost getting the same treatment in NXT.
Exactly, which has me worried.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
They're not letting the Juggernaut be the Juggernaut.
Which is going to be my prediction here, that this is the time that we need to see the Juggernaut be the Juggernaut. Maybe they're pushing it a little bit for what is it? Stand Deliver is around Mania. They try to hype that one up. Maybe they could push it off till then, but we need to see something out of Jordan. And if you're going to put her, Iron Survivor and Deadline is my least favorite NXT event. So I won't be tuning into it, but you got to do something with Jordan. If you don't do it now, we're going to have the same conversation for the next event and the next event until it actually happens. So yeah, give me Jordan for this.
I'm with you, Chris. Everything I was going to say, you said. If not now, when?
Give me Jordan. It feels like they're I don't want to say divaizing her, but they're changing her image, changing her gimmick. But yes,
kind of way they tried to do with China a little bit.
Man, that's a good comparison, Jason. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Even with how she's cutting promos,
yeah,
it's not the same.
You can't. It's like the Pittsburgh Pirates who bring up people that are hitting 350 in the minors, and then they get in the majors and they hit 182 because you change their stance, their swing, everything else. You get them so into their head that they can't even identify a fastball when they're standing up at the plate. Mm-hmm. You wanted Jordan Grace for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace was arguably top 5 women's wrestler in the world for how many years in a row? You have showcased her in the Royal Rumble. You've had her face to face with Bianca Belair. You've had her finish number 3 in the Royal Rumble. And now you want to turn her into something that she's not for what? To fit your mold? You need to be uncommon amongst common. And if you strip all that off of Jordan Grace, she's just common amongst common.
She does not deserve that. There's more talent there to be had.
And I get it. Not everybody's going to hit. John Cena was on Joe Rogan's podcast this week. Hell of an interview. It was Cena like I've never seen Cena before. He had on a hat and a t-shirt, no suit, and talked for almost 3 hours with Rogan and openly talked about a lot of things. But he said when you look at the WWE model, you look at NXT, you look at the way that they're bringing people in, this and that. He said you're hoping that you have 1 out of 6,000 hit and become a guy or a girl. He said you're hoping for 1. And you want that 1 to hit every 4, 5, 6 years. Because your average run, if you're comparing it to NFL on top, is about half a decade. He's like, there are anomalies that have your 10, 15, 20-year runs. He goes, but you want 1 every 5, 6 years to replace your next up. So
that's the point of NXT, right?
That is the point.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a bunch of talented people that have come through NXT that never work out. And there's a bunch of talented people that have come through WWE and have not worked out. For whatever reasons, booking, image, entrance music, whatever the case may be. But I felt Jordan is more along the lines of Julia as far as right now looking at it, them not working out, where Stephanie is working out. And we can kind of all guess the reasons as to why.
All right. Anything else left on that match? All right. Get on to the men's. Got Javon, Leon, Hendry, Dion, and Miles. A little bit more of a thinker.
I think this spins off into Javon versus Leon. They've been buddy-buddy. Hendry, to me, is somebody that's not going to be in NXT long, if at all. I see him being up on the main roster as soon as possible. Dion Lennox, he just doesn't do it for me. None of the Dark State guys do it for me. They just don't connect. Miles has had his shots, but I'm going to go Miles here. And I know you got necessarily a face versus a face for Miles to get the shot against Ricky, but
it's also New Year's Evil, so who really gives a shit?
Yeah, I think I go Miles.
Damn it. I had the same. I don't know. Yeah. Like, as much as I would like to see Javon or Leon do it, something tells me they're going to give it to Miles.
I was going to say Javon, but you made a case to sway me. I'm going Dion Lennox. The man he's the mouth of the Dark State. He just
if he works talks, it don't hit. Nothing hits from that group. Nothing.
For me, he does. Him and Sweets. The other two, they can go. Yeah, I think Dion has talent, so I'm going Dion Lennox.
Jason, I'm with you. I'm going Dion. Just because of the whole Ricky factor. They need a face versus face versus heel.
Mm.
Miles don't do it for me. Like, he doesn't do it for me at all. I don't care what his status is or nothing. I just don't believe in him. Then Hendry going for the NXT championship. No, that's not going to happen. He's too TNA right now.
He hasn't been on TNA in months.
I'm just saying I'm just saying his gimmick and all that stuff. It's too TNA-ish right now for NXT.
The same
For
thing. There.
WWE, yeah. Mm-hmm. They didn't break him yet, you know.
I don't know if they will.
And then plus he's going down that Santino route a little bit too much to take him serious.
I would have rather seen Briggs and Travion in this match.
I've been saying Briggs for so long. Like, get the big boy in.
All right. What's match of the night?
Women's Iron Survivor.
Ethan and Iguana.
Same thing I'm going to go with, too.
All right. Let's jump into the game real quick.
All right.
So we're back with push, bury, release.
These are the three most randomest people to group together I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
So I am going with jobber big men, you know, people who thought that people who the WWE thought were going to be big time under them. And yes, WWE thought they were going to be big time. So I went with Chris Masters, Heidenreich, and Nathan Jones.
Chris Masters was kind of big time.
Did he win a world title?
Did he have a title?
He failed a PE test. That's why he didn't win the
title. Release Nathan Jones. I'm burying Chris Masters because I hated the Master Lock. And the Master Lock Challenge, the dumbest shit on TV. Give me Heidenreich.
I'm releasing Nathan Jones. I'm burying Heidenreich. Get those crazy, creepy poems out of here. I'll push Masters. I mean, hell, he was in one of the Survivor Series brawl between SmackDown and Raw. Chris Masters is in that brawl, a part of Team SmackDown. When you go back and look at it,
wasn't he?
Huh?
Wasn't Heidenreich a Road Warrior?
Yeah.
He was in LOD 3.0.
You go.
So terrible. Can I just release them all?
That's like
terrible. I don't even like that I put thought into this list.
That's like being a part of the NWO. You're a part of the NWO. Do that make you a bad boy? Gotta make you a clown.
I think I'm gonna release Heidenreich, bury Masters, and then push Nathan Jones.
Who?
All of them. You can say who for all of them. They can all get the what champ.
I'm gonna push Nathan Jones, bury Masters, and release Heidenreich. Heidenreich just looked like somebody's stepdad who just wanted to do some independent wrestling.
That's not where I thought you were going to finish that sentence.
Me either, but I'm glad that
same.
All right. Do anybody have any quick hitters?
I'm good.
I have two.
Yeah. Mercedes Moné lost last night.
Did see that.
And the free fall is, I think this is the beginning of it.
Good.
And her crash out, it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It was already good backstage.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. They were asking her questions and she was just holding on to her TBS title. And then Layla Gray tried to get a title shot out of her.
Who?
1/4 of top flight.
I had Freddie Prinze Jr. said that ESPN is reportedly not happy on the investment with WWE. Don't know how true it is or not, but
everybody knows a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
I could justify Freddie Prinze though being in the entertainment industry.
So no.
Oh yeah, this was my other mush. Did anyone watch the Hook sit down on YouTube after AEW went off the air?
I didn't even watch AEW.
Who would opt to watch that?
Apparently, Steve.
No, it was actually really good. It was the most comfortable Hook sounded. It was his best promo / talking segment that he cut, and it's the thing that you should put on your TV show. I know they followed up with Joe, him and Kingston, to kick off the show as to why Joe put Hook with Eddie and this and that, and I hated that segment. I absolutely hated that segment. It was a terrible. I thought those two would tear the house down on the microphone, and they completely under-delivered in every aspect that I would want Samoa Joe versus Eddie Kingston face off to be. But that's
a bum.
But that's that hook sit down video, and I know it was a little bit longer, so you can't air the whole thing, but chop it up and put it on your show, and then direct people to go see the whole thing afterwards. Come on, man. Like, you're 6 years into this. You shouldn't be doing the shit that you're doing. Last night on ROH, you had Zeta Steele debut, and her music cuts out 3 times in her walk to the ring. And then the pay-per-view cuts during the match, and you don't even know who won the match.
Why do they have so many issues with Ring of Honor stuff? Because their last pay-per-view they had to put on YouTube.
So yeah, it was just, but yeah, the hook segment video, if you haven't watched it on YouTube, I would suggest going to check it out. Talk there, Breaker. Yeah, I think I'm good.
Good.
Jason, did you see Abdul Carter from the New York Giants got suspended or was held out of the first quarter of play from the game? Did you see the reason as to why?
No, I did not.
So allegedly, it was for some type of team violation, whatever. But the story is, much like Jason has had happen to him, he was in a team meeting, was on his phone or iPad or whatever, and let's just say that his Bluetooth speakers disconnected, and he was watching something that was not appropriate for work.
Hey, look, that ain't happened to me. I wasn't watching for the sake of watching.
So much like Jason's timeline,
she's sending me shit that rolls into other shit.
Much like Jason's timeline turns into oh shit at church. Apparently Abdul Carter was, and that's crazy. If you're watching that in team meetings and you're in the NFL, that's just wild.
Don't care.
And last thing I have before we get out of here, Cary Hiroki Tozawa, the actor who played Shang Tsung, passed away at the age of 75. So played a great villain. He played villains in all of his roles. So let's give this man a proper moment of silence. And there we go. All right. So
I didn't think you were going to give one.
So there we go. All right. Thank you for watching episode 268. It's epic of the Dumb Mark podcast. Follow us on all of our social medias. Go to our dumbmarkspod.com. Hit all the links. Surfshark, the WWE link, and subscribe to our Spotify page. And we leave with the quote of the week. And I tell Jason, I warned you. For all my anime friends out there, the quote of the week is, why does Jason hate us? Until then, Kenichiwa Kari.
That's as bad as Chris and Jason picking the IWC in the crowd each week. No effort.
And fuck the Dave Squared. Being Meltzer and LeBron.